final episode of EmpowerHER, celebrating women's wellness with Organique Society. I have a dear friend and a renowned gynecologist, Doc Mitch, with me. Hello, Doc.
I'm Regina. I'm glad to be back.
I'm so glad to have you again. Now, Doc, we are on this EmpowerHER segment, so I would like to sort of flex you a little bit to our viewers and have you tell them make a little introduction for yourself.
Okay, I'm an obstetrician gynecologist and I practice in Quezon City mainly in Dr. Jesus Delgado Memorial Hospital, Capital Medical Center, and Metro North Medical Center and Hospital, where I am the chair of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. I am also the incoming vice president of the Quezon City Medical Society. So there.
Wow, very busy superwoman. Thank you for making the time to be here with us.
Thank you too.
I kind of just want to dive into this. So, as a woman,
You're making me nervous.
Oh!
Are these like very private questions?
oh no, of course. We kind of just want the viewers to get to know you a little bit more and feel inspired because you're not just a good friend of Organique, you are also someone who is at the top of her field. And we all know that getting there is not a very easy route, especially in a male-dominated field. You sort of came out on top. So I kind of want to ask, can you sort of tell me about a time you've had to be a bit more assertive of yourself and stand up for yourself, and how did that sort of go down and make you feel?
See, these are very private questions. But anyway, all right. Well, the journey was not that easy, of course. During our time, obstetrics and gynecology was a highly sought field, and so there were a lot of applicants. We were like, when I was applying, we were like 150 to 200 applicants, and only 3 slots were available.
Wow.
So you really had to exert yourself. You had to excel in the exam, because after the exam, they would cut the number to 30 for the interview, and from there, you really had to like show who you were, what you could do, what you could offer to the department, so that they would get you, just for you to get one of those 3 slots there.
Wow. So you really had to sort of, I think one thing...
Fight my way.
Yeah, fight your way. I think one thing people don't talk about is that whatever field it is, you have to know how to sell yourself,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
You have to like really show them what you can offer, what you can be, and what you can actually help them with to make the group better.
So you are talking about a very competitive field, and that's amazing that you got the slot. So congratulations.
Thank you.
But I kind of wanted to go on the flip side of that.
Alright,
So
okay.
it's a very busy hustle sort of industry. How do you find mindfulness and meditation sort of help you?
All right, okay. You're right. OB-GYN is a very busy field. What our actually consultant told us before when we were just applying, and then eventually when we were in our training, was the minute you become a full-fledged obstetrician gynecologist, your time is not yours, because patients can come in anytime. Patients in labor, women who are going to give birth come in anytime, and so you don't really own your time. So you really have to find, during the busy schedule, you have to find pockets of short times that you can actually be on your own, to just pray. You know, you pray, and then you think about what happened to you in the past few months or past few days, even, so that you can actually recharge. So meditation, I don't really do a lot of meditation. It's really more of praying for me, talking to God, and then just giving Him all my complaints, and just giving it to Him and letting Him take over. So that's actually very helpful for me.
That's very beautiful. In a very competitive field, how do you find time to in a very competitive field, how do you find sort of your community there? Is it difficult? Is it easy to sort of find a support group?
All right. Obstetrics and gynecology is actually more of all women. Majority are women. And alam mo naman ang babae, very competitive, diba? It's very hard to be friends with everyone kasi everyone wants to be better than everyone. Paganda, paganda ng bag, alam mo yun? So everyone wants to be on top. You just need to find that core group of friends who you actually will lean on and who you will get your strength from and who you can rant with, diba? So I'm very blessed to have like 11 very wonderful women in my life now. We're all obstetrician gynecologists and we actually train together. We're not all batchmates, but it's like a series of batches. At one point in time, we were together in the hospital in Capital Medical Center, and we actually formed a bond. And so yearly, we travel. We see each other once in a while for breakfast or for lunch. We don't do dinners anymore because you know at this age you want to rest after 6 o'clock. Okay, so there. So you just have to like really find that small. You don't have to have a lot of friends. You just have to have quality friends. So these are the people who keep me grounded. These are also the people who actually help me when I have like difficult operations. I can call on them to just join me in the operating room to scrub with me, do the procedure with me. So
That's very beautiful. I truly believe that female friendships are probably the most overlooked sort of form of love. There's actually a book that I read that had a quote that said, "Everything I know about love, I learned from my friendships with my friends, like my female friends." And I truly believe in that. I think there's a special sort of connection when women you understand each other's struggles,
Yes.
more so than anyone else.
When you have the same experiences, same problems that you encounter there.
So how do not only your group of friends and women, but what makes, I know that you've mentioned, so you've mentioned your support group and your group of female friends who are also in the same industry. And I couldn't help but notice that you sort of talk about how they support and empower you almost.
Yeah.
So apart from them, what else makes you feel empowered?
Of course, my family. Well, my dream to actually reach a certain point in my career, of course, that actually keeps me going. It actually motivates me to do more. It actually motivates me to study harder, to actually learn new things. So, family, of course, number one. And then your goal in life. Important yun.
That's very nice. So one of our second to the last question. So as someone who plays many roles in life, you have your family, you are a doctor, you go on these talks and your shows. It can be very easy to sort of put up a facade almost because you're very busy, right?
Yes.
Like you don't want to show that you're stressed. You don't want to show that you're struggling. Do you always keep your facade, or do you have moments where you like to show your vulnerability?
You know what's really crazy is that I really, as much as possible, I don't want to keep facade always. When I'm not feeling well, I tell my patients, I'm not feeling well, so I can't see you. Maybe we can just do like a Zoom consultation. Even in my TikTok, there will be times na talaga nakapagbahay lang ako. Alam mo, I answer questions nakapagbahay, I'm feeling like this. So I want them to see me as a person so that I'm more relatable to them. So this siguro weakness actually makes me more relatable. So my patients share with me more, and because of that, when they share with me more and they're more open, mas madali ako mag-treat. Meaning, I get to the bottom of what's going on kasi they discuss everything with me. So they're more open to me. Tapos sa TikTok din, people follow me because they feel like sobrang genuine yung doctor na yan, whatever she says, parang straight to the point. And I always tell them naman, this is my practice. I'm not pretending to know everything. Diba? I always, same thing with my patients. Okay, ask me what you need to know, but if I don't know, I'll get back to you because I don't really know everything naman. I can study up on that. So, as much as possible, kasi it's very hard to always keep up this perfect Diba? Women tend to do this kasi, diba? Everyone who's watching us now, you have this tendency that you have to always look good. Ang nagiging problem niyan kasi, what if you get to the point that you're really, really exhausted and you're at that point in your life na medyo talagang hirap ka, paano na? What? You shut the world out? You can't. Kasi life goes on.
Yeah.
Diba? Life goes on. Hindi yun pwede na parang, I don't feel well, I'm not looking good, I don't look good, parang hindi ako happy ngayon, hindi ako magpapakita sa mundo. Magsha-shut out ako. Hindi pwede yun. Kasi the world will continue to, exist even with you sulking.
Yeah.
But sino talo? Who's the loser pag ganun? For everyone who's watching, it's okay to feel bad. What's not okay is to nurture the feeling of feeling bad. Diba? So you don't let your emotions control you. You control your emotions. You control your situation. Diba? Hindi naman lagi, but the thing is, you don't, yun eh. So for everyone watching, if there's anything that I want to get through is control that. You control your emotions. It doesn't have to control you. Kasi ang mga bata ngayon, like the younger generation, you have this tendency to, tas give in to the emotion na. Diba? Baka i-cancel ako ng mga bata ngayon sa sinasabi ko. But as an older person, talking to the younger generation, emotions are there. You recognize them. You actually, you work on them, but don't let them control you. Because at the end, if it's a negative thing that's going to happen, ang talo ikaw.
Yes.
Diba?
I agree. Very, very well said. So we talk a lot about the pressures not only women face, but I'm sure that a lot of men listening can also relate to this. Could you sort of share, parang maybe, with all of these pressures in life and the way society goes, what are the common mental health problems that arise from this? Because as you said, it's easy to shut yourself down, and I guess especially with social media, people don't know how to disconnect or when, like, there's a difference between taking me time and isolating.
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
And sort of isolating can lead to various multiple mental health problems,
anxiety, depression, and the like. Okay, mental health issues, right? For now, kasi a lot of people experience anxieties, depressions. Diba? And yun nga yung sinasabi natin na yun lang bottom line ko, Martina, eh. Don't let all these emotions control you. People will tell me, Doc, no, it's not easy. Siguro kasi you didn't experience it, eh. When you're depressed, you're depressed. Ganun lang siya. I can tell you now, I was in a point in my life na I felt really anxious. As patients would tell me, nag-anxiety. So parang weird naman ito. Kaya mo yan. But when ako mismo, I experienced anxiety, sabi ko, oh my God, totoo nga pala. It was true. Gagabi na, I was really scared. Gabi na, baka mamatay ako anytime, di ba? When I sleep, and I'm going to be alone. So sabi ko, the emotion is real pala. But what was siguro pagbubuhat ng bangko, I'm just like, people will tell you, masyado ka naman mayabang, Doc Mitch, but I did this, People told me, yun nga, you don't let the emotion control you. My cousin told me this, ate, pag pinagbigyan mo yan, tatagal yan. At pag tumagal yan, problema na yan. So, 3 days, 4 days, I just continued praying the rosary. I'm Catholic, I continued praying the rosary. I was praying all the mysteries. Tas gising pa rin ako. I would take a bath. It was really bad. But I continued and I was praying, just give me peace, help me overcome this. And then by the end of the week, 2 mysteries na lang ako. So I give, myself a pat on the back. Ikaw mismo dapat you have to, recognize when you are, stepping forward out of the shadow na eh. So ikaw mismo dapat, you have to give yourself a pat on your back. Uy, very good. 2 mysteries na lang. Kunti na lang. Alam mo yung ganon. So So for young people or for everyone who's experiencing these mental issues, give yourself a pat on the back every time may milestone ka, no matter how small it is. Hindi na ako natakot mag-ganito. Ay, very good ako. Bigyan mo ng sarili mo ng reward. Diba? So it took me 2 weeks to overcome the anxiety. So when people tell me you don't understand, no, I definitely understand because I've gone through it and I survived it. And I was out of it for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks. So kaya. Kaya siya. Talagang kailangan lang talaga mental, and talk to people. Ask for help. I was telling my family, I'm scared. I don't know if I'm going to wake up in the morning. Please check up on me. And that really helped. Kasi I felt that they cared. Diba, minsan kasi akala natin people don't care.
Yeah.
But it's just that people don't show they care because you don't ask. You have to ask sometimes. Kasi tayo parang, dapat naman kung love niya naman ako, dapat talaga nag-show na siya. May mga tao na hindi. Or people think that you're okay because you're this happy person. Outside, you're showing this happy, facade. Yung pala, you're breaking inside. Tell them that, I'm not okay. I need help. Please help me. Build your strong foundation of support group. Important.
Wow, that's very, very beautiful. I would have to give you a little bit of an applause.
Pat
a pat on the back. Thank you for sharing that with us. I think that's something that a lot of our viewers can relate to. Personally, I can relate to as well. I'm part of that batch that graduated during the pandemic, so that uncertainty, the change of plan, everything. Like, I studied in Canada, and I had this plan. From grade school, I was gonna study hard, study abroad, work abroad, not come home, and in like a month, it was completely flipped. Yeah, I definitely had a couple of weeks where I was like, I feel like a failure. I came back home before I achieved anything.
Yeah.
It just, you're right, you have to reach out.
But look at you now.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
But you have to reach out and build that community. I also found that apart from like the wonderful spiritual and social tips that you've given, I also found that diet played a really big part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you don't also eat, all of these hormones will actually also cause problems in your brain. Hypoglycemia can make you feel, you experience the jitters, you're sweating, and some people will think it's an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Tapos may patient ako na gano'n eh. She called me up. Dohok, mamamatay na yata ako. Yung pala, she was hypoglycemic.
Oh.
So she was feeling sweaty. She was, what do you call this? She was having the jitters, diba? So tapos parang palpitation, palpitating. But yun pala, it's because she was not eating. So diet actually plays a very big role also. Supplementing with the right supplements also. Like you have your vitamin D, you have to have your vitamin D helps with mood. Okay, magnesium actually helps. Taking antioxidants to actually help your brain function better, and then your cells function better will actually also make you feel happier because mas maganda ang production ng endorphins. So it's a happy hormone that we all want to have. We all want to have a burst of once in a while.
Okay, so while our viewers are here, I just want to say that I know it's a trend that you're supposed to people drink iced coffee for meals and they drink iced coffee in the morning. I'm definitely guilty of that when I'm busy, but that is actually horrible for your hormones. I've read up.
It's very bad.
Right? Yeah. And I guess like you could substitute that for acai.
Yes. Our coffee.
Yeah, our coffee or our premium blend.
Yes.
Take a shot or take a smoothie. Sort of make your hormones happy in the morning.
Exactly.
See how it might not change everything, but like we always say on the show, it's not just a drink; it's a whole lifestyle, right?
Yes, we're not like talking about a magic pill or a magic treatment. We're talking about now developing the right attitude, the right practices towards a healthier lifestyle, which will eventually lead to a healthier you.
Amazing. I honestly don't want this conversation to end. I'm having so much fun.
Me too.
But unfortunately, it does have to sort of come to a close. So I would really, really like though to ask you if there's any parting words or tips you would like to give, especially to our women listeners out there before we end this show?
Okay, same thing pa rin. Empower yourself by loving yourself and by reaching out and asking for help. So, don't control the hormones and the emotions do not control you. You need to control them. Healthy lifestyle din
Amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who's joining us. Thank you, Dr. Mitch, for your lovely time. I had the best time with you. To all of our viewers, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this season of Wellness Wednesdays. I hope you leave feeling empowered and inspired to live happier and healthier lives. Stay tuned for next season where we have a whole new segment